up?
Well, Jeff, another good day of practice out there. How'd they look?
We're chippy. I told them, I've been a head coach for 18 years, and this is about the time that I give the same speech that I've given for 18 years in a row. It's time for us to play somebody else. We might not be ready, but we need to play somebody else so the enemy becomes them and not us, because we're tired of each other.
You guys got the new group of single-digit guys out there. What was your impression of that group overall, and kind of who stands out from the newcomers to that set?
Well, there's so many guys returning on offense. That didn't really surprise me. But on defense, we added quite a few guys over there because we lost quite a few guys. So it was interesting to see who the players voted in there, and I think it's a great representation of our team, though.
What was the voting process like this year?
Just like it always has been. Just all the players vote, all the coaches vote, and count them up. And whoever has the most votes wins.
They're weighted by how many years you've been in the program, right?
However many fall camps you've been to, it's how many points your vote counts.
Right. What's the benchmark to get into the single-digit group? Is it a certain percentage, or of the votes that you have to get, or is it just the top guys?
Just the top guys. When there becomes a drastic drop-off, we don't include those guys. So,
Obviously, I don't want any names out there, but is there one or two of those guys that even from a coaching standpoint you just go, wow, I kind of thought that they might have made it onto this list and they didn't? And then what do you tell those guys?
Well, defensively, they filled up all the numbers. So that one's pretty easy. Offensively, we filled the numbers up in a way because the linemen can't take those. So there's going to be a few void ones in there. You just got to encourage them. It's the seniors that it hurts the most because they don't get another chance to do it. The young kids have a still fighting chance, right? So those are side conversations. For social media, they show all the phone calls of me calling the kids that make it. They don't see me calling all the ones to give them a heads up that, the meeting's not going to go well for you. It takes a couple of days, and they get over it. But it's a motivation, right? I gave them the analogy of how many times in my life I've been overlooked. I was runner-up at SMU. I was runner-up at Stephen F. Austin State University, my alma mater. When your own alma mater won't hire you, you're really bad, right? And all of us, we're older, right? I doubt there's anybody here that's gotten every single thing they've ever tried to get. So it's really, other than JJ, it's really a learning lesson for those kids. And I can't tell you how many high schools did not hire me, but all of them got 70 put on at some point.
At any point, is this where you start to really look at the character of these guys? Because the guys that didn't get it, that were close, now I'm going to see exactly what their character is made of. Because if they come back and work even harder, then we've got the keeper.
It's our very first culture pillar, right? We talk about integrity, but we also, the next piece of that we always say is situational integrity. We don't want to be people with situational integrity. And we're all humans. We all make mistakes, including the head man for dang sure. But man, it's why I always say this, and we just had this talk. It's why I was late coming in here. I'm putting out a few, brush fires today. The reason it works on our team is nobody wants to be bad. We just don't know how to be good, and our job's to teach. So the most important coach in their life is them. I get all the credit. I understand that, but it's not me. They're the ones that are deciding to do it. And we just have to teach a lot. Because I can threaten them and bench them and all that stuff, and I just don't believe hate and fear win the day. I just don't. At some point, when one of those guys starts to take down the team, that guy has to go, right? And I'm not a guy that comes up here and makes big speeches and talks about suspensions. Y'all don't even know, and I don't want y'all to know, right? That needs to be handled in-house, in my opinion. But those are just and that's when they throw it back in my face. Oh, I thought you were a man of integrity. I thought you were all about love, right? Yeah, right. Until you just keep doing that and it's affecting the team, then I have to make a decision as a head coach, right?
Are the 2, the 1, and the 0 still the top vote getters? Is that a special distinction?
That's a great question. I think Oscar he was way high up there. I know for sure JT, Josh, and Frank were extremely, extremely high, as was, help me remember, Rashad. The 1 was who?
It's Hermanson, right?
Trevor was very, very high, and yeah, I had to look at that. One of them, like Zakari, was up there tied. He didn't want to move. Brendan Brady was up there with him. But you're talking about 92. I think there were, I think 94 players voted. I had to go double check my word. But all those guys had minimum of 92. So there's like 5 people that had like 92 to 94. And I know that Brendan wanted to stay in 5, Zachary wanted to stay in 4, Oscar wanted to be in 9.
It seemed like on that video that you guys put out that Corey was especially excited. I think that was him I heard on the phone, was especially excited about the opportunity.
That
What
was
did you make
Corey.
of his reaction?
Yeah, well, he got a ton of votes, and just that, you know, he'd waited his turn. You know, he had just kept plugging away. It's amazing how many NFL scouts are asking about Corey now. They're recognizing how hard he is, how aggressive he plays. That's exciting for Corey.
Jeff, you guys got some leadership council stuff voting too?
Voted today.
Yeah.
I'm fixing to go count them up right now. Just one representative. We're just trying to teach them about government.
Yeah.
I mean, how the United States works. Representatives, you vote from school board to House of Representatives to senators to presidents, city council. I'm just trying to teach them how America works. And, you know, their generation's famous for bashing America and all the things we don't do. And I'm trying to teach them how great America is. And there are a lot of countries where they don't count your vote. They just tell you who's going to be representing you. And it's the greatest country in the world. I know I'm old and that makes me bad, I guess, but that's just how I feel, man. I just think it's the greatest country in the world, and I think the older they get, the more they're going to see that. So I'm just trying to teach them how representatives work, and they meet with me once a week, and they talk about from team rules to colors of jerseys to food to practice schedule. They have a say, and obviously I have final say, but I listen to my guys. I do. I listen to them.
Is there anybody who's come a particularly long way as a leader, maybe wasn't getting a lot of votes a couple years ago and now is up with that top group?
Well, I haven't really counted the leadership council yet. We take out on the leadership council. This is not anything about play on the field. On the single digits, they got to be players too now. We are very intentional. We don't want guys voted in single digits sitting on the bench. That's not a very good look, right? It's not a guarantee just because they get single digits they're going to be playing either. But play is involved, and we vote for single digits. When we vote for leadership council, there's nothing about play. It's literally about true leadership. And there's 2 requirements. One, you gotta want to. You gotta want to do it. If you don't want to, just tell me. I don't want to deal with you. And you gotta be able to communicate a little bit. Because whatever decisions we make, you gotta go back to the group and be able to communicate. No different than our politicians. We hope they can communicate with us very well. We can understand what the heck they're telling us. And they do what they're going to tell us.
Sarah Stroud out there pumping the team up. Tell me a little bit about what he brings as a player out on the field and to the team, you know, bringing that energy.
That's just who he's always been. You know, he's got a great mother, great father, came from a great program. The kid knows what it's about, and he backs it up with his play. And he's a dream to coach, and I mean, he's a joy. He's going to be the same person every day, no matter what. Thank y'all.
Thank you.
Appreciate y'all.